In this session, we'll see some of the string methods. So first, we need to understand the concept of classes and objects because string is also a Python object, and an object contains both the data and the methods. So the methods that are available to the class will be available to any instance of the particular class. So that means actually here a string is any object. So whatever is a string you are defining, that will be an object of the string class. So whatever are the methods that are available to the string class, they will be available to all the objects that you are creating. So for seeing what are the methods that are available to the string class, we'll see. Further, there is a function to know what are the methods that are available to all the objects or any string class. So now we have a function called dir that lists all the methods that are available to the string objects. So that means because these are all the methods that are defined in the string class, so they are available to all the string objects. So first of all, we'll define a string and we'll see whether the particular thing that we have defined is a string or not. So for that, we have a function called as type, which gives what is the data type of the value that we have defined here. For example, I'm defining stuff equal to hello world. So hello world is a string. Now I want to check whether it is a string or not by using the type function. So if I say type of stuff, it gives me class str. That means whatever is the value I have defined here, that is a string. That means what I have done here, I have created a string object. So I have created a string object. So if I use dir function, it gives me all the methods that are available for the string object. Now you see here, if I'm giving dir of stuff, so because stuff is my string object, if I say dir of stuff, it gives me all the methods that are available for a string object like capitalize, center, count, decode, lstrip, format, index. There are so many methods available. And if you want to get the help on any of the functions or the methods here, you can say your help str.capitalize. So because these are all the methods that are available for any string. So you can say, you can see the description of this, what is the use of any of the method by giving help function, help str. Str refers to any string. So str.capitalize will give you what is the use of this method. Now, once you create any string object, you can call any method. So we have seen what are all the different methods that are available for any string object. You can use any of this method with any string object by using the object name dot the method name. So dot is nothing but a delimiter. So that we can also call it as a period. So that is a delimiter. That means you need to use the object name dot the method name. So for example, you see here, for example, I'm defining word equal to banana. So that is my string object. So I want to capitalize that each of the characters in my string. So how can I do this? For that, I have a method called as upper. So if I use upper method, it converts each character in my string into uppercase. So for example, we are defining word equal to banana here, and I'm storing word dot upper in my new string. And if I print my new string, this new word, I can see that each character in my banana is converted into capital letters. Now we'll see this in the Google Colab. So first we'll see the type function first. I'm sorry. This is not correctly copied, just wait. So stuff equal to hello world I have defined, and I'm checking what is the type of this object. So it is showing str. So type function will show what is the data type of the object that you have given. So it is showing str. So because it is str, you can apply all the methods on this. So we'll keep this as it is. Now we'll see the remaining functions that we can apply on this. So I'm using dir on this stuff. So it shows me all the methods that are available. You can see here, it is showing all the methods that are available or that can be applied on this object. So it shows capitalize, case, fold, center, everything it is showing. So all these are the methods that we can apply. Upper also you can see here that we can apply on this object. So a method is similar to the function only. So whenever you are applying this, you need to use that as a function. So as I told you, we can apply the help function to know the description of this. For example, capitalize as we have seen there. So it gives you the help on this. That means what is the use of this capitalize and how you can define. That means what are the parameters you are taking. So like this, you can see using the help function. Now we'll see this example, the word upper function, the upper method. So method is also similar to a function only, but normally we call it as a function, but in the objects and classes, we call it as a method. Now you see we have defined a string object banana and we are applying the upper method. So it is converting each character into uppercase. Now we'll see some other functions. So find method. So it finds the substrings. So within the string, find method will find all the substrings within the given string. So for example, how do we use this? Just we'll see here. So for example, word equal to banana. So index equal to word dot find of a. So that means it gives you the position of the substring you are giving. So you can use a single character or a set of characters that is a substring. So find method will give you the index position of the string that you are giving here. So that means if I say word dot find of a, so it gives me the index position of a. But you can ask me, we have three a's here, which index it is giving. Always remember, find method will find the first occurrence. So first occurrence of the given character. So if I directly use word dot find of a, it gives me the first occurrence of a. So first time a is occurring in the second index, 0 and 1. So because it is the second character, it is there in the first index position. So it gives me the index position as 1. Likewise, you can also give a substring. So you can give a single character or a substring also. For example, if I say word dot find of NA, so NA is occurring first time. So 0, 1 and 2. It is starting at the second index position. So it is giving me 2. So for example, if you want to find, so that means starting from which character also you can specify. So in the previous case, if you give word dot find of a, it is only finding the first occurrence of a. But instead, you can also specify the second argument for the find method like this. So for example, if I say word dot find of NA comma 3, that means starting from the third index position, I want to see what is where NA is occurring. So that means, for example, in the given string banana, so starting from the third index position, that means 0, 1, 2, 3, starting from this A where NA is there. So NA is there in the fourth index position. So likewise, you can also pass a second argument to the find method. So second argument gives the index from where you want to fetch the given substring. So just we'll execute them and see how they are working. So just we have given word dot find of a. So first time a is there in the first index position. So it is giving first index. So if you give any of the thing, so for example, if I give BA, so I'm giving a substring instead of a single character. So let us see what it is giving. It is giving 0 because BA is B is starting at index 0, so it is showing 0. So if I specify the starting index from where I want to search. So for example, if I'm saying BA is only at the 0th position, so we'll see AN. So AN is there 2 times, so we'll see. So first time AN is occurring at the first index position, but I want to see from the second index. So after the second index where it is there, I want to search. That means it will search starting from the second index where the given substring is occurring. So it is showing 3 because second time AN is starting at the index position 3. So likewise, you can use the find method with a single argument where you are giving only the substring that you want to search. So your find method will return the index position where your substring is there, or you can also use the second argument. So which specifies from which character or which index position you want to search. So this is the find method. And then another method is strip method. So strip method is used to remove the white spaces from the beginning and ending of the string. So for example, in the given string line, so we have in the beginning, we have a space, then we have the string, here we go, and at the end also we have some white space. So if you apply the strip method, so that is line dot strip, always remember you need to give the object name line dot. So you use the dot operator, then you need to give the method name strip. So then it will remove the starting and ending white spaces. So it will only give the string that is there. Just we'll execute and see this. So strip method is used to remove the starting and ending white spaces, that is the blank spaces that are there in your string. You see here, so it has removed the beginning and ending spaces. So how many spaces I want also no problem, it removes all the spaces. I have increased the number of spaces now. Now it is removing all the spaces from the beginning and ending of the string. So strip method we need to use to remove the starting and ending blank spaces from the given string. Next, starts with. So the next method is starts with. So starts with return the Boolean values. So that means it gives either true or false. Now what it checks is, so in the given object, that is in the given string object, it will check whether it is starting with a substring or a string that we are specifying here. So that means, for example, if I say line dot starts with, I have defined line is equal to please have a nice day. Now if I say line dot starts with of please, it will check whether the string line is starting with please or not. If it is starting with please, it returns true. Otherwise, for example, you see in the second example, if I say line dot starts with M, so because our string is not starting with M, it returns false. Just will check this. See here. So I'm giving line dot starts with please. So I'm checking whether my string is starting with please. So it is returning true. So if I take any other thing, so which is not there here. So for example, my string is not starting with M. So if I give this, it returns false because our string is not starting with M. And please remember, because Python is case sensitive, whenever you are using starts with method, you need to also check with the case. So that means, so for example, here we'll see here, for example, if I say line dot starts with capital P, because my string is starting with capital P, if I give this, it returns true. But if I give small p here, let us see what happens. So it is returning false because both capital P and small p, they are different in terms of Python. So it returns false. Now, what we can do is, first you can convert your string into lowercase, then you can check this. If you want to match, what we are doing here is, So I'm converting this into lowercase using the lower function. So previously we have seen upper, now we are seeing lower. Now I have taken line is equal to please have a nice day. Now I'm converting this line into lowercase. Then I'm checking if it is starting with small p. So line dot lower dot starts with small p, then it returns true. Previously it has written false, we have just checked. Now I'm converting that into lowercase first. Then I am checking, so it is returning true, because if you apply lower method, it converts each character in this line into uppercase. So then we are checking line dot lower dot starts with p. So sorry, lower means it converts each character into lowercase. So if you are checking this with small p, then it returns true. Now if you give capital P, now we'll check here. What happens now? It is returning false because we have converted each character into lowercase. So lower is used to change each character into lowercase, upper is used to change each character into uppercase. Now these are some of the examples of Python methods. Likewise, you can try with any of the methods that are there in this list. So these are all the methods that are possible with Python strings. You can apply any of the string by using string name, that is your string object name dot the method name. And you can check each of the function, but remember to know the arguments that are there in that by using the help function. So first apply help function, know the syntax of this method, then you can apply these methods on any of the string objects.